Hey, how's it going? My name is Felix Martinsson. To the new faces, welcome. Please subscribe, like, comment if you like what I put out. To my old friends, my old subscribers, welcome back. I am same old Felix, different settings, a lot more experience, and yeah, welcome. I haven't uploaded anything since 2017, I think. That's when I stopped doing YouTube. I was very active between 2013 and 2017, and then I moved to Los Angeles, which is where my new journey began. Let's do a little recap, just so you guys understand what I've been up to and the things that I've done. What pisses you off?
You know that, right?
Because I'm one. Poison your feelings. So I moved to Los Angeles, where I studied acting at UCLA, and then I started to explore California, working my way into the entertainment industry, not only as an actor, but also as a casting director. I'll get into this later on in maybe another video. But I did pretty good. Pretty good. I ended up making a living off of just acting and casting. I shot a few short films. I got cast in a feature film, my first feature. I did some TV work. I did some commercial work. I did a gig at Universal Studios Hollywood, the Horror Nights. That was amazing. I loved that experience. And then I also, like I said, I got into casting. So I was promoted to become a casting director after like 6 months, I think. I worked my way up really fast. They loved me. I love them. I still work with them. Like I said, I was doing pretty good. I was living off of just acting and casting, and then until the pandemic hit us. So I moved back to Sweden. I then moved to Stockholm. I signed with an agency, so I've been auditioning a lot. And I just recently booked my first nationwide commercial here in Sweden, so keep your eyes out. And then I did a few more short films, and now I'm here spending time with my girlfriend, writing scripts, working on new ways to get into the industry here in Sweden and maybe find my way back to California, Los Angeles. And I'm also, planning my next move, which is why I'm here. The reason I'm back on YouTube is because I was like, hey, Felix, okay, you've gained quite a bit of experience within this industry, the entertainment industry, that so many people think they know a lot about, but really they have no idea. But maybe people actually want to understand this industry. Maybe they actually want to get into this industry. Then I am here to cover those things and talk about it from my point of view and what worked for me and how I've experienced this industry so far. And if this can help anyone reach their goals and dreams, and I'm all about it. So to sum up, what you can expect from this channel from now on is things and content in relation to the entertainment industry. First of all, I'll start with acting and then move on to casting and then maybe something else from production, maybe writing. My main focus has been acting, but I've also done plenty of casting. I still do sometimes. I've done mostly commercials and music videos, but I've also done TV and film. Sometimes casting get booked to work on set. So I've also worked as a talent wrangler on set, taking care of the talent on set, helping production, stuff like that. So I have different experiences within this industry, which is why I'm like, okay, hit me. Whatever questions you might have, I'm gonna try and answer them. So just write them down below or message me and I'll do my best to answer them in an upcoming video. But yeah, we're gonna start with acting. I'm gonna walk you through what it's like to be an actor, what can be expected of you, things you should focus on, things you should stay away from, and where you should start, basically. And then we'll move on and, we'll cover all the bases. And the same goes for casting. So we'll talk about if you want to become a casting director, where should you start? I'll take you behind the scenes and show you how everything is connected, which is, dang, that's good. When I first found out a lot of these things, I was like, my mind was just blown away. I was like, now I can actually put up a strategy to reach my goals and dreams by understanding how casting works. So that was an eye-opener for me, and I think it's one of the best decisions I've made, joining casting, to better understand how everything works and how everything is connected. This industry is amazing. I love it, but it's very unpredictable. It moves very fast sometimes, and what might have worked for me might not always work for you. So you have to find your own way, of course. But I'm here to help you try and figure out where you should start and maybe give you ideas. But give the process time and trust the process. So now, let's say you came here because you want to become an actor, or maybe you're just here because you really like film and you want to understand the process. You're a little bit curious. Good. I'm not going to cover everything in this video, but I will record plenty. And in this video, we're just going to touch on where you should start. And if you have any questions, comment them down below, and like I said before, I'll answer them in an upcoming video. Speaking about questions, I have a question for you. The first question I need you to ask yourself is, why? Why do you want to become an actor? I think this is a very important question, and I think this will set the tone of where your career is going and where you can take your career, and if you're ready. Why I wanted to become an actor was, well, first of all, I didn't know I wanted to. I started taking a workshop. I took an acting class, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I started first of all, I started because I wanted to break out of my shell. I was very shy, so I needed to find confidence, and that was my way in. But I didn't really understand that I wanted to become an actor until later on, and what it really meant to me. But for me, it's about entertaining. It's about raising questions. That's the only way we have an impact. Telling a story will have an impact on the future, or on our society. We help each other out by telling stories, and people can relate to certain topics, and we can bring it up to discussion, and that's how we keep the society moving forward. That's how I see it. I always say that I want to give voice to the misunderstood, so the characters that are the odd ones out, the characters that don't necessarily fit into our society, to the society that we've created. So that's one of the things I look for when I take on a project. It's not that I'm saying no to other projects, but if it has that role that is misunderstood, then I'm a little bit extra drawn to it. And how I usually can tell if the project is right for me or not is if I start to see moments with the character that I'm reading for vividly in my head, like a movie, or of course if I can relate to the character, then I'm like, okay, sign me up, let me just do this. And then I fight a little extra for that specific project. I always try to stay open-minded, and I think this process is very interesting, like the beginning of a project. But yeah, anyways, I really think it's important to understand why you want to become something, what it means, and what you can offer. So that's why I wanted you to answer that question before we move on, so we can sort of set the tone and set the base. Where do you start? I'd say the first thing you need to do is get to know yourself. It might sound simple. Trust me, it's not simple. I did not understand how important this was until I moved to Los Angeles. I found this book. It's called 642 Things to Write About Me. I skimmed through it and I was like, okay, well, what the hell? I don't even know that. I don't know this question. Describe how you would have reacted to a crisis. Describe your childhood home or your childhood room. I'm like, this book is fucking amazing. So now this book is it's my Bible. I got this for $4. And now I use this every time I create a character. Because it's you can use this. You ask yourself questions to build the backstory for your character. And it's sort of a test for me. I always do this in the end of the process where I'm like, okay, let me skim through this book and just be like, damn. So the question, let's not do that one. If you were a kid again, which game would you most want to play and why? Okay, then I'll answer that question as the character that I'm about to portray. It's just really good to breathe life to your character's backstory. I love it. This might not work for you, but it definitely worked for me. Get it. What type of actor do you want to become? There's so many different ones. Like theater, do you only want to do theater? Or do you want to film? Maybe you don't want to do any films. Maybe you just want to focus on theater, musical theater. Do you want to do commercials? Maybe you're more of a selling type. Maybe you want to sell products. Then commercials might be good for you. Maybe I don't know, maybe you want to do medical acting. But yeah, try and figure out what type of actor do you want to become. I definitely think it's important to at least have tried acting. So sign up for a class, look for a local theater, maybe you can join them. Anything, just try it to see if this is something that you could, dig deeper into. What roles can you see yourself portraying? And I got this question when I took a class at UCLA called Business of Acting. My teacher, Adam, amazing. If you can take his class, definitely do it. It's worth all your money and time. Basically, what the assignment meant was for you to come up with different roles that you could see yourself portraying. We picked 12 each, and then you send this out to your friends and family and ask them to pick 3 roles that they can see you portraying. And then you get the results back and you'll see what characters they can see you play. And then out of those, ideally, you'll have at least 1 or maybe 2 that they can see you portraying, that also you can see yourself portraying. So then focus on the one that you think you can really nail. That's gonna be your jackpot. Everything feels good so far. You still want to become an actor. It's time to get headshots. And I can't stress this enough. Get professional ones. I know it's expensive, but save up. Start saving right now. You can find some really good ones. If you're in Los Angeles, I can hook you up with my photographer who I used, Chris. He's amazing. When I started casting, I saw the difference between taking your own and getting professional ones. If you take professional ones, you'll pop. I'll talk more about this when we talk about casting, but just trust me. Okay, so you're getting to know yourself, you're taking an acting class, you know what roles you should focus on and look for, and then you have headshots. We've come to that point where it's time to try and get footage. Try auditioning. A great way to start is just by signing up for student projects. Do background jobs. Also go to YouTube, watch behind the scenes. This is something I'll cover in another video. We're gonna talk about the behind the scenes and how to use your time when you're on set. If you don't get any auditions, start working on monologues, find scripts that you like, scenes, and then start playing around with your camera. That's a good start. Hopefully you get a few auditions and you get to really work on that, but we're gonna cover auditions and that process also in the upcoming videos. So just stay tuned for that. I have one last thing that I really need to tell you. I wish someone would have told me this when I first started out. Don't stop living, meaning don't just live and breathe acting. Just take that in and see what that means to you. But acting is a lifestyle. I get that. And I agree, it is a lifestyle. As actors, we tend to be on the clock 24/7. Non-stop thinking, breathing, eating, drinking, acting. And it's not healthy. Any other jobs might be the same, but most of them, you're done by 5 p.m. You have to find that balance, but please just keep living life. Find new experiences, new skills to master, because that's what you're gonna pull off of when you get booked and when you start working as an actor. Don't live like an actor, if that makes sense. Yeah, give it time, trust the process, and make it a journey. Don't stress anything, have fun. All right, hit me up with some questions that you want me to answer, and yeah, follow me on all social medias, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.